I am on a journey towards discovering higher versions of myself, and just like every journey, it gets pretty lonely sometimes. This is why I have made it a goal to bring as many people as I can on this personal development journey towards higher versions of themselves, towards achieving that dream life, towards fulfilling your purpose, towards being all that you can be. No more mediocrity, no more playing it small. I am Judith Ebengho, and this is the JM Show. Hi. Welcome to today's episode. I am so glad you're joining me today. What we'll be talking about is the value of your light. This is so important to me, and I know that words will not be enough to really capture this topic, but I will try to talk about it from the depths of my heart because, like I said, it's really important to me. But before we jump right in, I'm going to take a quote from Oprah. Oprah is one of my favorite persons in the world, and I think when it comes to this subject, she does justice to it. The quote says, "You can't go around dimming your light just to be working with someone else." Sometimes some of us are actually really good. You know that you're good in terms of your craft, what you do, how you comport yourself, how you get the job done, how you get the business done. You're really, really good. And at some point, people might begin to get intimidated by that fact. People might feel like, oh, why are they so good at this? And then you start hearing comments like, you say if you too do, why are you overdoing it? Are you the only one that does it like that? What's even your own self? You begin to hear things like, you're not the only one, no, you're not the only one doing it. Let's even say that you're just starting out something and you're all hyped and pumped about it. You're all trying to bring out your light, in that sphere and everything. And you hear people saying, don't overdo it. You too do. I'm here to tell you that, you know what, overdo it. So long as you're confident in that craft and you actually know what you're doing, overdo it. Ring your bell, hype yourself. Here's what happens when you begin to listen to people who give such comments. Little by little, you start to devalue your work unconsciously because words are like seeds and they get planted here and there. And before you know, when the seeds begin to grow, you might not even be conscious of it. You have to be cautious of those words. You have to have a counter thought to them. Do not allow them make you now devalue what you actually thought you are doing right. There's always room for improvement. I'm not saying do not listen to people who give you constructive feedback, but there are some people who are just targeted at dimming that light of yours. They just want to make you undermine what you're doing. Those are the people you have to be cautious of because those seeds will eventually grow into something so gigantic. You might not really know when you start having things like imposter syndrome, you start having all the self-doubt, thinking that you're not good enough. At that point, it might be hard to really figure out where this is coming from. And trust me, things like this, trying to dim your light, trying to conform to the norm, and trying to fit in what people think you should be, are reasons why some dreams have died. Have you ever heard children speak? They are so confident in what they believe in. They are so boastful. That's why a child can tell you, I'm going to the moon tomorrow, because they are so confident in it. But as children grow up, we tend to sort of talk them out of that confidence, and you find them beginning to have self-doubt, you find them not being too confident in that belief. That's the practical example of what happens, of what I was trying to highlight earlier, that some feedback are not the best. Be so confident in what you believe about your craft while chasing to be a better person at it. But be confident in selling your hype. Be confident in knowing your worth. And I'll tell you to sing your praises so others can learn how to sing it with you. You have to introduce yourself so that we know how to address you. Very, very important. People might say it is pride. You have to be humble. No, you have to position yourself as a master in that craft. That's my take on it. You have to position yourself as a master of that craft so that other people can buy into your vision and come along with you. Watch all the people you actually admire, all the people that you actually want to be like. Most of them have owned that craft that they do. they've owned that vocation so much that you begin to see them as a master in that position. So I want you to own whatever you do and position yourself in that light. Do not listen to people who want you to take it small small. Take it small small. Oh. Don't too do, my dear. Too do. This podcast is giving you permission to overdo self. But you just have to go for it. You just have to own it. You just have to own that thing that you do. When you own it, you give it your passion, you give it your best, and I want you to actually own it. From this moment onwards, I want you to be cautious of things that actually cause you to dim your light, of words that actually make you subconsciously begin to devalue yourself. They might not be really from harmful people, they might be from people that actually love you, but they don't know that this word is breeding self-doubt in your heart. So be cautious of such words and replace them with something positive. Always see yourself as the best. Always see yourself as, oh, I can do this, I can go get it. You really do not have to dim your light in order to fit in a particular place. You do not have to. I want to see you shine. I want to see you own what you do with all your heart, with all the love that you have in it. And I want to see you actually sing your praises, because if what you're doing is valuable, then the praises of that thing should be sung. I'll end with this quote. Do not let someone dim your light simply because it's shining in their eyes. And guess who it's from? Oprah Winfrey. Till next time, guys, keep shining that light so bright. Remember that you're the light of the world, and the world is supposed to see your light. You do not light a candle and keep it under the bed or keep it hidden. Let it shine so brightly so people can see it and people are attracted to your light. Congratulations, we're making significant progress on this journey already. Remember the journey I spoke about earlier? We are one step ahead right now. Please do not forget to share this podcast with a friend and leave a review on Apple Podcasts for us. I'm sure that by now you've subscribed to the show, but if you haven't, do so now. You can follow the conversation on Instagram at thejm.show. We want to hear from you. We want to know what your nuggets were from this episode. You can also send in your questions via email or via voice notes. We would appreciate your support to keep the show going, so do well to make a donation. All the details will be in the show notes. Till next time, keep living.